Welcome back, guys. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I've just done one night shift, so I'm not too fatigued or anything. So back to work on this old girl. Where I left off, I put that top loader in and I went to do the shifter, and I was missing bits and pieces to hook up the linkages onto the side of the transmission, so I'm waiting on them to turn up. So that's on hold for the moment. I experimented with tail shafts. I've got 4 other tail shafts and none of them fit. But I forgot to try the Escorts one. I reckon it'd be too short. It's definitely be exactly the same, like as in the ends would all go on. But yeah, so first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I've got 14 cameras around the property. So I get up on here and I look for footage of anything, see if there's anything going on overnight. So yeah, check out all the footage, make sure there's nothing going on. It's been quiet last night. A few cars went past. I got this special, I'll upset my local Facebook group. I've got this number plate recognition camera, and because you have to position it in the right spot. A bit of stuffing around, but it records number plates really well, day, night, whatever. And I had it in a weird spot, the corner of my block, and one of the neighbours noticed it and took a photo and tried to do an anonymous post to share it, saying, what the hell is it? And then, yeah, buddy, they're ripping into me. I didn't say anything at the time. They're ripping into me saying, well, invasion of privacy, it looks like a camera. And I'm just like, because it emits a light out of it at night, and they're blowing up. So I posted a photo of their car, them taking a photo of the camera. They didn't like it. So yeah, too bad, how sad. It's what I got to do. There's been a lot of shit going on around here, so yeah. So where I'm at now, I have to sort of, these seats up here, they have to get sent off. I got my local trimmer. I didn't even know about him. Didn't know it existed. They're one of my mates. He's restoring a Landau. I've shown you previously his car, but he got his interior done. So yeah, he done a really good job. His car, so I'm thinking I hit him up. He come over here, and I've already got the covers. And they call them a P2. They're in parchment. They got like a chocolate brown insert, so they're already done. Just a matter of putting them on and repacking the foam. I was going to do it myself, but he said he can do it for like between 1,000 and 1,200. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm going to get, I think it's Pro Stitch in Sydney. I'm going to go see them and bring the original door trims out of this coupe. And here's the material they're going to use. It's the same material as the seat covers, so should look really nice. But what I need to do, I need to get those seats down. Because I know, because this car had severe rust, the base of the back seat, the bottom section, is like the support rods are rusty. This one looks like it's been out of shape. Maybe it's just the way it is. That's the top half. See how that's been exposed to the sun. I need to get them down, but this car's taking up a shitload of room at the moment. How do you get up in the air and mob to do stuff? Get under it and I can put stuff under it and get a bit of floor space, but I've got all these. Every time I get these parts out, I get these boxes out, I get everything out, and I'll start going for all my parts and start progressing. It's not long, and I have to put it all away to make some room. But I think what I might do, I need to get those seats down. It's less than 2 weeks away. He's going to be taking these seats off me, so I can't knock it over now. I know these bases for the bucket seats. This one here, it's got a bit of rust there. I was just going to buy new ones, but I'm thinking I might be able to get away with buying one of them brand new, because I think one's worse than the other. I'll have a look at it. I know this here appears to be exactly the same as the Escort. I know the Landaus use the Escort's seat bases, like the rails slide back and forward. Yeah, I don't know about the fronts, but the fronts look a bit different than the Escort. But like I've said in the past, all the parts in these cars are the same being forward. So I might just put this car up in the air and we'll try out this tail shaft and see how well it lines up. I've got old Bathurst 1982. It's pretty cool. I had the 1979 Bathurst up before. Freaking awesome. So yeah, it's a bit too short. Not surprised at all, but I thought I'd try it. Sitting there next to the car. So you see it here. Yep, slightly too short, but that flange would go straight on, I reckon. But this is one of those Gibson's tail shafts. Are a really good item. He makes the uni joints bigger than normal too. Well, they're more bulky in the middle. And this one, it can be re-greased, got a grease nipple on it. So this was made probably 5 years ago. But, yeah, righto. So I'll take this tail shaft out, and I'll see if I can get these seats down and have a look at them. Before I go any further, the car's in there, and I remembered this is the original. This is the tail shaft I got with the top loader. So you'd think, oh yeah, that'd go straight. This would be the right length. It used to go to a 4.9-inch car come out of. But you can see there's the flange that suits. But the lighting sucks. That's the flange that suits the ball grounded this EL Falcon ball grounded diff. So when you raise this up, that's how sitting there, could fall down. You think, oh yeah, that would work. It probably would, but it's tight. So there's any suspension play going up and down. This literally won't go any further into the back of this gearbox. So it might even be simple, and I might just be able to take it to Gibson's and say, look, can you just shorten it 2 inches? Not worry about making you one, because this is custom made to start with. But I know this uni joint won't work properly with this. You can't get those little clips in there. It works off a different principle. It's got clips on the inside. So, but someone did say in the comments section that you can get one that adapts one to the other. But yeah, it's slightly too long. So yeah, I might just take some measurements, and then when they open up, the workshop opens up, I'll go see him. Just got the seats down. I've got the buckets up here still. These are pretty heavy, and I haven't got much room for them. So this one, it's more with these buckets. I was concerned about these rails, the mounts. So this side's good. Just needs to clean up, grease it up. I was going to go out and buy replacement ones of these. Well, I don't really have to. This one, that's rusty, but what I'll do, I'll remove them. Either I might just take these off the seat and I rebuild them to be identical to that. So yeah, I can recondition. There's $400 and put towards other things, because yeah, money's a bit tight at the moment. So yeah, but this this lower section of this back seat, where this part here was resting on the driver's side of the car, there's a lot of water and moisture, and all this, see here, it's rusted. So what I need to do is all that, wow, bad way. So there's two of them that go across here. You see where it's let go, it was attached to it. So what I need to do, I have to find some steel rod from somewhere. I'll see if Bunnings have shit. There's not much open at the moment. It's that busy period between Christmas and New Year's where a lot of shops are closed, but the main places are Bunnings, and that should be open. So if I can fix this seat up, I don't have to do it today. I'll see what I can do about that. That's what I can look into. I've got this heap of shit Jeep spare parts from me other Jeep, so I just measured. Got this rod here in the doors. This is a formula rod. The stuff that's on the car looks like probably 4.5. Looked on Bunnings, and they've got a 6mm round bar. It's only like $3.50 a length, 1 metre length. So yeah, I've got options. I was hoping be able to find something else in the car, but they don't use a lot of that. There'd definitely be something inside the seats, but yeah, it's too much work. Don't worry about doing that. Looks like it's going to be a video of restoring these seats. So that was put this seat in a better position where I can look at it better. See, it's worse than what I thought. So this rail here needs to be rebuilt, replaced. It's pretty bad. Rail going across here, joins up down here. That's completely, well, most of it's gone. You've got two rails that come across here. This one here is good right up to about here. And as it goes back here, it starts to deteriorate. And this one here goes good to there, and yeah, just here's just about gone. So, looking at Bunnings. Bunnings have 6mm bar. What I was telling you about before. So I think that's my only option. To use those rods out of the Jeep, they're only like 4mm. They're not going to be near the strength of these originally ones. So, yeah, might have to make a trip to Bunnings now and get this bar, knock this job over. That way the seats are ready. Message the trimmer. He's already come out and had a look, but he said he'd like it if I could repair all this first. Be good for him to actually pull the frame, pull the seats apart, and then I can go from there and rebuild them. But it's good having it like this, because where you can see the original foam, I can sort of replicate how it would have been when they were new. So I'll get onto that now. Still a bit early to go to Bunnings, so I thought I'd just go through a to-do list on this car and the stuff I need to do. So I'm going through this list, and I remember I bought this parcel shelf. I think it's from Rare Spares. Like a flimsy, I didn't know what, I was just saying it, thought, oh yeah, 200, I think it's $200 or something. Might have been 100 something, I don't remember now, but I remember buying it and going, oh yeah, that looks like it's pretty good. Then I turn up and I'm like, what? It's just like a sheet of plastic with a nice pattern on it. And I went to put it in, it looks like, just like shit trying to get in, or flimsy. It's nothing like the Escort. It got caught in a shed fire and the parcel shelf was destroyed. And these cars, they're worse than the Falcons to get parts for when it comes to bringing it back to the former glory. But I got this one from Australia. It's like a fiberglass replacement, and it's freaking awesome. It has a really nice glossy vinyl type texture, level of texture, whatever you like to call it. Yeah, really good item. And then I managed to find one recently. So I've seen it come up on topics on Facebook. People talk about them, and yeah, you can buy them once with the coupes for about 600. And I'm like, oh really? I mean, I'll pay a good coin for that one too, but yeah, it'd be nice. I'll just crawl in the car and see if I can make this work. Just looking at this Rare Spares parcel shelf. They're actually $150. But then I've noticed, I've just found another one that's made out of fiberglass to replicate the original, and it's like properly shaped for like 160. So yeah. It's one of those things I should have looked into properly, but look, once you actually hold it here, like once you hold it here, it stays there, it's in a good spot, and actually it looks pretty good. Really nice texture. But yeah, so I think the only thing doesn't seem to be too good is that corner there. It doesn't want to set up and align with this little side section. So I think what I'd have to do, I'd have to let go of this without it falling. Probably have to put like something that comes off this if I wanted to. Oh, down. It'll sit under it and sort of make it all sit up. I think that'd be the way to go if I was to use this. But I'm just trying to. I've already paid $150 for this. Might as well use it. But yeah, if anyone else, I'd highly recommend getting on the internet and buying like a molded fiberglass one. That'd be a way better option. But yeah, if I'm not happy with this, I can get another one. It's no big deal. So I've got a bit of flat cold rolled steel and just put it in that corner just to get this set up better. I think that's the secret. Yeah, I don't know how else they do it, but I'll show you what I've done. Let's put that there. Couple of screws. This is just a bit of a trial run. I could do it. It needs to sit up a bit more in that corner, a bit more hanging out. But yeah, I think that's what I have to do if I want to use this Rare Spares parcel shelf. Let's pull in here at Bunnings. Got this bar here, $6 for like 3.5 meters of it. It wasn't even on their listing. Like, I don't know if it's galvanized or zinc coated. I don't know. Check this out. EL or EF XR6. Really good condition. Very cool. Got this rod ready now. I'll have to measure it, see what it is. Looks to me like a 5mm. I had problems finding it in the system. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. So these need calibrating all, so that's 5mm. That should be just fine, I reckon. Yep, that'll be perfect. Just talking to your neighbour across the road. He's been away. He looked up on his cameras. He said there was a suspicious vehicle the other night. I looked it up on the system and I couldn't find it. I didn't get the exact. I don't know if you got the times messed up, but it didn't come up. But yeah, I'll show you a short clip. I've just recorded my car, just come up on the camera. I'll show you what it does. But the neighbours, most of my neighbours are all for what I'm doing. There's only a couple down the street who don't really like it, but so be it. Looking over this seat, starting to use these special hog pliers to put these rings in, just cut them, and I'm exposed. Now there's a section here that's absolutely knackered. So luckily I've got the other side to go off. If both sides are like this, it'd be much harder. You'd have to sort of redesign it in a sense. So so you can see where obviously the trimmer, when he pulls his apart, he'll more than likely clean up, get a coat of paint maybe. So yeah, I have to rebuild that. It's alright, I've got some cold rolled steel over there, I can replicate that. So yeah, there's this tab here that goes through this slot here. That goes onto the floor. This side here is completely gone. So yeah, so when it comes to this sort of thing, it can be overwhelming when you look at it as a whole and go, oh, I've got to try and make it one big section. But all you have to do, just do little sections at a time. So what I'll do, I'll cut it off where the last bit of it's good, and I'll extend it all the way along. And I'll create the bend around here. So I'll just go around, it'll go to here. And then I'll continue along here and just so forth till I've got this whole lot rebuilt. I reckon this is going to probably take up probably 90% of the video, I reckon. I've replicated, just done a weld there, just to here. So now it's going to make the section that goes from here across to this pad here. So I'm just looking at the other side. Comes across there, goes in under this, around there. So I'll make this rod now that goes to there, and then I'll have to make this pad here at some point, and then I'll do this one. So you've got this lower one here. I've had to replicate it on the other side. So rather than chopping it and joining it, I'll just try to do it in one piece. It's a lot more work. So you see it comes along here, goes under here, goes down a bit, then goes around the corner. It'll go across, and then once I've got this in, I'll make this little pad here. Keep going down there then. Just got to make this section here. It's got this tape measure. Use it. Get it from like Spotlight. It's good for like, I use it for sewing and stuff. But yeah, so that's 11 centimeters, and the cross section's about 3.8. I'll make it 40 mil, 4 centimeters. So got this cold rolled mild steel. Really good shit. So yeah, best part is you can just chop with, I've got tin snips over there somewhere. And yeah, it's really easy to weld too. Section done. I shall do it close enough. Knock this job over. So that's in place. Had to flip it over, weld it from under there. So much rust caked into this foam. All that's in. Replicated the other side. It looks great. Yeah, so that's done. I could easily, I haven't got the hog pliers, and they're called hog pliers, where they push those little rings, the rings over, like connect these up in here. I haven't got any of them. I know my brother's got them. I know Bunnings have them. Get them like a kit. I could easily get me seat cover, new ones, and put it over it, see how it looks. I think it's just a matter of once you peel this back, this here will come out somehow. Bit of manipulation, get that out, and then you can get from behind, and on the other side you pull it from the inside to get the shape. So I'd use this again. I'd happily use this again. I know it's in shitty condition. I'll give it a good clean. But one thing I really like with these old cars, I like that smell, that old stale smell when you get in the car, like that old smell I call it. My brother's telling me that his missus hates it. I'm like, I don't care what other people think. I love the smell. I reckon it's great. Get in there and see that old car smell. So yeah. So I'll wrap it up for this part of it. I don't know what to do next. I'll have to have a look. I've got this Bathurst going. I think it's 981. You see this Mark II Escort. He's got in the way of Kevin Bartlett, and I think it's a Camaro. I haven't really been watching too well, but caused him to cause the Camaro damage. All because of a bloody Escort. Going too slow, getting in the road. But this Kevin's going through the pits. Want to find the owner of the Escort and bash him.
There is the vehicle that came into contact with Kevin Bartlett, we believe, up towards the cutting. So at this stage, it certainly cost Kevin Bartlett the race lead, perhaps an outright victory in the James Hardy 1000. Kevin Bartlett, as you mentioned, out of the car and stalking up and down the pits, looking to punch
so old school.
To do. Evan Green now has him by the arm and is leading him back towards his pit counter, towards our pit studio area. Evan may be able to get another few words with him, I don't know, but he's trying to placate Bartlett as much as he can. Kevin shrugs his shoulders and says, look out, I want to get back in there and just see what the hell's happening. Well, obviously,
yeah, that's it, yeah. Vaguely remember all this now. Oh, getting off track there. I think what I might do, I might see if I can do the wiper assembly. It's going to be difficult to... Oh, I've got a battery there. I could try it up, but once you connect the battery, you just open up a can of worms. But it's got to be done, so I've got a lot of parts here. I think that's what I'll do now. So I'll put this wiper motor in. I'd use a tap. I had to run a tap for the nutserts, whatever they're called, factory holes, just to get the screws to go in, but unfortunately I'm missing one. But I'm gone. I did have it bagged. I don't know, maybe it's broken. I remember something happened. It might have been, this was gone, that didn't exist. I had to guess how that was going to, how it's going to be made again. So yeah, I just got on the internet and I found the screws I need. So here's the screws here, $12. So I'll have to order them, because when I try to just tighten the 2 bolts up, the whole motor's still flimsy, moving around. So it's all good. It's added to the list of things I need to do. So you see it here, I try to tighten it up. Yep, needs that 3rd bolt, unreal. Just doing this wiper arm, the mechanical side of it, you don't see. It's got like these tiny little, I can show you, it's like a tiny little ball joint. These two are great. This one on the end here was giving me grief. It was really tight. So I just persevered, lubed it up. It worked out. But it was just, yeah, just needed to lube up. So these areas here, this area here, this other part here, they're exposed to the elements through here. So yeah, just a bit of where is it? Shift your bastard. Bit of that product in there. Loosen it all up, so now I can bolt it up. I won't be able to do the the wiper arms because I haven't got a windscreen. On top of that, I haven't got the original wiper arms. I think the fellow I bought this car off, I think he must have used it as spare parts for other cars, because it's missing wipers. Used to have the flutes on the quarters, that holes left there gone. Filler cap was gone. All the little things that you could easily flip had no grill. The stuff that you could flip for money, you must have just sold them off. The grill I had was this one up here, just an old original. It comes off a wagon, well, that's what it says on it, the writing. But right, I'll throw this assembly in and see how it all goes. I actually got all the screws for it too. Got all the mechanical side of it done. Connected up. Obviously it needs a third bolt to make it tighter, but I thought I'd just connect this massive Jeep battery. It's way too big for my purpose, but good for testing. And yeah, thought I'd just take the chance and connect it up and see if it actually works. No, it doesn't. It's because this wiring, nothing's really in permanently. So I have to go through the earths. And the core problem with this car is the fuse box. So the fuse box is just, if you don't get it right, if the terminals are perfectly clean, you get things that don't work. So I've got dash lights and got no blinkers. Yeah, just got to go through it. What I need to do, this hoist, as good as it is, has its disadvantages. You can't get the door open, so I'll have to lower the car down, flick the arms out from under it, put the arms right up in the air and roll the car forward just that little bit. And that way I can open the door up and start playing around with that fuse box and test these wipers out. But I'm thinking I might have to start doing things more permanently with the wiring now. Yeah, now that I'm up to this stage. It just sucks because once you put the car forward and you put it back into place, you have to jiggle around the arms, get them in the perfect spot to lift the car up, but it's all good. Yeah, righto. I have to, just have to progress of the wiring. Go. It's funny. Yeah, all it was, just got things disconnected in there. Nothing major. That's very cool. Another thing I forgot to... So yeah, just a matter of putting plugs together. So the backlight. So you got lights, blinkers, wiper motor, blower motor. Put that going. Yeah, everything works. Interior light. So yeah, the only thing I haven't got is this. That's to dim the cluster, and I've got no dimming function, but there's a mod you can get. There's a kit you can buy off the internet. I mentioned it in one of my past videos, but I'll get onto that later. There's not much else really to do electrically. I've done this before. I know this fuse box, I'm going to have to work out what I'm going to do there. I don't know, I might just leave it the way it is. And so you got ones here are broken. So I might just do what I've done here, run a bypass. I'm not sure, because I know these are pricey to get, like second-hand ones refurbished. Might be money well spent. People are negative towards running these type of fuse boxes, but I've got a similar one, the Escort. It's got these sort of fuses, and you just got to make sure it's damn clean. And if there's anything that's got heaps of load on it, as in headlights, you just run it to a relay. You can't rely on an old fuse box run heaps of current, not amps. But I don't know, I haven't really got that far into it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I just have to sit down and got these on Christmas Day. Wild turkey, 6.5%. Freaking nice, but yeah, pretty potent. But I think I've earned it today. Trying to put this handbrake assembly in. So these two bolts here look like they're a shit. Firewall possibly. Might have to lose the driver side extractors to get access to tightening them up. Them two are up under the dash somewhere. So what I'm hoping to do, this is totally going to work different to how it was in factory. So it comes, I think it comes through, I need a light, it comes through here, or is it out here? So probably habit style goes to here. And so when you pull a handbrake, that goes in like so, and then on the back here for the disc brake assembly, when you pull this here, it doesn't have to move much and these engage really easily. So I was thinking to have a cable swayed inside that, going across here, and they come up under here. So yeah, when I pull on this, it'll have heaps of leverage. Just make sure it's not too much or it breaks stuff. But I'm thinking that's what I'll do. But it could all change when I go to connect it up and it doesn't work. But the only downside is the cable's going to run across here under this chassis rod here, so it's sort of exposed. So I might have to put something just to protect it. I don't know. I'll work it out. It's pretty simple. A lot more simple than the original setup. We've got all these cables running under the car here, but sounds good in theory. See if it goes good in the practice. I've got this handbrake cable in now. Shit job trying to get up in there. Lucky I've got that where the steering column goes to the wall. I've even got the rubber that goes around it. I'll cover there in plate, so I haven't got that in, so I was able to get to the back of the bolts. So do the nuts up this side, but I think it'll be ideal to put nut certs in there in that place, so that way when this cable breaks, and it will, because it's still the original, I can it'll be easy to replace. But managed to get that side of it in. That comes through here. How it would have been for factory. Goes up in there. Goes to this arm, so that's good to go. I just need to put a big bastard spring in here and hook it up and test the handbrake out. Because if I don't put a spring there, it probably won't retract too well. I don't think at all. Then I got to the point where, righto, what can I do for a cable? So I've got this Jeep Grand Cherokee cable here. I've had it sitting over there on the wall and looking at it, and I was going to toss it, and I thought, hang on. It's for the Jeep, so there's actually 2 of them either side for the Jeep, but this one should do the one. But it's worked out pretty good. Slightly too long, but it just means I can route it more against over there, and then that way it will go down along there, and then I'll probably have to get holes through or make holes through there. So yeah, the way of doing it, but I need one of these things, whatever they're called. I have to make one, but I have to measure the handbrake and it's full from not being on to complete on, to see how much travel it's got. That way I know what I've got, so I'll work it out. So I've got enough travel, so I work out how much travel it needs to engage the rear disc brakes, handbrake. And then I'll get an idea about where I need to have this set up, because you want to have it so that you don't have to pull very hard on the handbrake to engage it. But on the flip side, you don't want to have it so it's puts too much stress on it, because just someone in the car, I've had it before, unknowingly they reef the handbrake on, they break shit. So I've got to work it out. The problem I've just realised, I crawled under the Jeep, on my silver Jeep, just to have a look to see if I could find any more bits, so I have a look at that Jeep, then I'll go up the side and get parts out of it, need be. But look at the Jeep, and this pinion, the pinion's got a really bad leak, and it's been leaking everywhere. Like, it's even on the ground where I park it. So it's a good thing I picked up on it, because yeah, the diff would have ran dry when I would have wrecked the diff. So I need to put a pinion seal in it. And Reggio's coming up soon on that car, so I'm gonna have to get her up on the hoist and top the diff oil up, give her an oil change. So there's another half a day gone there or more. So yep, the joys. I've had a good run on the Jeep. I haven't touched it for a while now. Well, I put new injectors in it, but I haven't had to do anything to it. I didn't have to do. That's where I'm up to at the moment. I might have to go inside now. My 16-year-old son's picked up a bug or something, and he's not doing a real lot in there, and he just come out and asked me if I can make tea, so I'll do that now, and I'll crack on with this in the morning, get a fresh start. But I'm going to have to go back to Bunnings, have to see if I've got nut certs for that handbrake cable. I'm going to have to make that thing that I'm missing. I have to make that, but I reckon I'm going to be able to knock this handbrake cable out. The only issue I've got, I have to get it right the first time, because there's not going to be anywhere where I can adjust it. It's nice to have a bit of adjustment there, but at this point I can't find any way of being able to adjust it. It's going to have to get it right the first time and go from there. 6 o'clock start today. Got the Jeep. Lights aren't very good under here, guys. I know. Shit. I got to put a clamp up there, get it in place. Need to get a light under here. But yeah, it goes through here, goes through there. What I'm doing now, I've measured this distance here. I've put a spring on it just to be able to bring it back in place. So it's 18 centimeters here. I'll go reef the handbrake on and see how much less it goes, and I'll work out how much this handbrake needs. I don't think I'll need to put much leverage into it because these handbrakes are really good. We'll soon see. So I've done the maths, scribbled it down. There's 16 centimeters of travel. Because when you pull the handbrake on, you're like, wow, this is dog shit. But the principle it works off is leverage. So, yeah, I reckon I can make it work. I'm just going to have to find the ideal spot along here. Work it out. Do the maths. This cable here goes to the diff. It starts off with 3 centimeters. Just tension, then when it gets really tight, it gets up to 6. So we'll focus on getting about 9 centimeters to be able to have it fully work it. So just have to try it, but it's no big deal. Just have to make holes along here. I've got another one of these too if I wreck it, which I won't. But probably I'll disconnect this, and then I'll see. I've marked arrow up here and see how much whereabouts the hole needs to be. Then I have to make one of these things. Got a bit of flat bar to whip something up. I was hoping I know one of these. Saved me a lot of time. Watching 1994 Bathurst. First attempt was fail. It does actually work, but like I was saying before, lighting's an issue again. Where I see there's still heaps of trouble left. This is a handbrake engaged. So yeah, the handbrake's really tight and it's not getting much trouble, which means that this could be way down here. So yeah, I'll do that, but I was just concerned there's a little bit of tension on it from get-go, but the back wheels still spin freely, so yeah, I'll work it out. Just gotta keep plugging away at it. I'll have a coffee, get me bloody buzzing again. This is contraption I made, bit of flat bar, got a little recess inside it too, so yeah, it'll do the job. A little trial, I can always do something later if I'm not happy. Knock the handbrake over. I'll show you the light this time. Go into more detail. So here we've got the factory mount there that people know about. Plus you've got one over here for the original drum brake setup. I don't know how the disc brake setups are on these from factory, but so it goes along here, goes to that's part of the ELE Falcon diff. So he's cheap. Cable goes along here, and then I put a nut up here. Could tighten up a little bit more. Nut there. So here's a King Chrome. Where is it? It's over here. The kit I've got used for that from Bunnings. So using was it M10 nut set. So it's pretty big. So continue on, goes across here, and then just by chance it's got these like a metal sort of part where they affix to the chassis of the Jeep. They just happen to be in the right place to go in the corners there, which is yeah extremely lucky. It goes across here. That used to fix into the diff or somewhere under the Jeep, and then goes onto here. So I'll see how far down I've gone. So factory handbrake cable from the handbrake itself pulls from there, and this is right over here. So it's the only thing I've got to do. I just got to turn this bolt around. I want to use a split pin, but I couldn't find it. I'll turn this around, so I think it might catch up here sometimes. It hasn't done it yet, but yeah, so it works really good. I can't physically turn that wheel or my strength. Like, it's fairly very, very stiff. So yeah, I think it's going to do the job. But all honesty, compared to like a conventional handbrake in like other cars, it feels like shit. You pull a dash, I pull the handbrake out, and you're like, shit. That doesn't feel like it. The other handbrakes are just, yeah, it does the job, but you just got to put a bit of might into it. I can make it so it's got a little bit more tension on it, but it's, yeah, I don't want to go stretching the friendship. But the handbrake works really good. What I need to do now, last night after I finished here, I started playing, maybe light in the background. After I finished here last night, it played in my mind this problem I have in the Jeep with the pinion oil seals leaking. So I was hoping it was just the bloody tyres that were howling. It's got 31-inch tyres on it, and they're off a Jeep Wrangler. So they've been howling. But I put the factory size wheels back on it and took it for a drive, and it still makes a bit of the diff whine. So I'm like, yeah, the diff is definitely on its last legs. Like, it's still alright. I'm just pedantic about noises and shit. But so what I gotta do now, I can't get a pinion seal, I don't think, at this time of the year quickly. It's a Dana 44, so they come out in other Fords, Corvettes, Dodge Vipers. So they're Dana for Hardy Spicer diff, so they're pretty common, but I have to put a new pinion seal on it. But what I'll do for now, I'll just clean it up, keep it topped up, put a thick oil in it, and just keep running it. But yeah, I don't know what to do this coupe next. What I will do is now, I'll show you what I've got coming in the mail. This is what I ordered not long ago. I'm just waiting for it to come from America. That's part of the Aces EFI items. I could have got this with the kit, but I just didn't. I looked at it and I just didn't think much of it because I didn't know exactly what I needed. But Holly have their own version of this. This is just the version that that Aces have. So this will go from the top of the factory Falcon tank down. The problem I'm having is I've got all the 6AN braided lines, but I'm just looking, I'll show you the problem I have. What I'm concerned about is the fuel tank. The lines will come out up here, and then I've got to decide which side of the car. I think from factory they run over here, run along here. I don't really know, to be honest. This car is in such a sad state. But the part that's got me concerned is when you look at it from this point, the fuel lines, like, ideally it should be running in here. It's got to be protected, because if the car bottoms out, you don't want to go doing that sort of shit, breaking lines. So this side's pretty congested because I've got a brake line going across there. But this side here, I've got plenty of room. So I'd really like to run a steel fuel line, to be honest, because I've got to have a line that goes to the throttle body, and then I'll have to have one that returns. So steel lines would be ideal because you can they're strong, durable. They're easy to sort of tuck aside, but yeah, initially they're shit to put in. You have to bend and shape them and crap. But I'll have to see what's available for connecting. I could probably just use fuel line, like the steel fuel line, 3/8 or something, and then put like a flare on it, sort of thing, or so that I can use a clamp on it and so it won't come off. So the fuel line will come across here. I can easily have it going up around here, up there, but certainly a lot harder than the Escort. The Escort's got just a normal chassis rail that goes right across. You tuck everything on the outside of it. You don't really want to have them up around the tail shaft area, because the tail shaft lets go, rips fuel lines out. You got fuel spraying everywhere, bad shit happens. Or worst case scenario. But yeah, you got to plan ahead. So I might just wrap this video up, and I don't know what I'm going to do. It's mainly just assembly now. Like, I could probably put the boot seal in, boot lock, ignition lock, all those, that sort of thing. But it's just the smaller things now. But I'm definitely on a roll. I'm super keen to drive this car. Like, it's really starting to become reality now that this is going to happen. 2025, this car will definitely be on the road unless something really dramatic happens in my life. But yeah, righto guys, I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching.